All right, I got a new review for you today. This one has actually a guitar company called Cozart. And they're what you would call a budget guitar. There's a lot of budget guitars out there. I want to start doing a little series of budget guitars here and there because sometimes you find some really nice ones. You know, back in the old days, in the 80s and 90s, you'd find like a real cheap guitar. Usually they're crappy and everything. And something like when I was a kid, you'd find at Sears. They were really crappy, you know, back in the old days. I don't know if Sears even exists anymore, but they would have like these little junk guitars, you know, people would have. But now you have a lot more options now, unlike it was when I was a kid back in the 80s and 70s and 80s. But this one here, like I said, it's called a Cozart. It's a Strat. I don't think it has like a model name or a model number of any kind. I couldn't find anything like that on it. Let me just take this off for a second. You can see it's got like that crackle finish. I've done crackle guitars myself. And there's a spray paint that I use. I would take my guitar and spray paint it. And then I would hit it with this crackle and I'd spray it real fast, real thick. And it would start, within a couple minutes, it'd start crackling like this. Now this, I didn't do this. This was actually, I purchased this way. And this guitar is completely stock. What I'm going to do is I'm going to personally modify it and stuff. I'm going to show you why. But the next solid, it's got an ash body, real solid, thick ash body on it. It's got a maple neck on it with a rosewood fretboard on it. Nothing too crazy. You know, you just got regular die-cast tuners on it. You know. Then you got HSS configuration tuners. Of course, you have HSS, first it stands for humbucker single single on this. And you have a licensed under Floyd Rose on here. Of course, you know, being a Strat, being an HSS, of course you would have the tone, and volume, things like that. The neck, personally, is a little thick, but that's easily fixable. I have a rasp saw, and I can take them as thin as I want to really quickly, so it's always nice to do that. When I build my own guitars, I actually just cut them out, and then I shape them, then I take the rasp saw as the customer wants. If they want one that's, you know, thinner, we'll just, you know, you can just stand right there while I continue to rasp saw it out, you know, so it works out really good. But this here, in my opinion, is a little thick. But I plan to actually take it into, you know, get a little bit thinner. You know, not too much, but I mean, it's a comfortable neck if you like a little bit thicker. I mean, I've felt thicker necks than that before, but it is what it is. It's staying nice and straight when I got it. I got it in today, and this is all stock. Everything. Like if you bought one of these right out of the box, this is exactly what you're going to get with the pickups, with everything. Like I said, this is the paint job it came with, which was pretty cool. Let's go ahead and we'll play it. Now, every time I'm playing on a PV Viper VIP, and I've got it on the 6505 setting. So, let's go and play a little bit here. Which, of course, we'll start out with the bridge position, the humbucker. There you go. Now, let's hit right in the center and get the middle pickup. We'll hit the top pickup, you know, closest to the bridge, excuse me, closest to the neck. You know, in my opinion, I think the pickups are really weak because you want to try to chug on it, you can't. It needs a little bit more strength to it. But it's a little weak for me. I will definitely switch out the pickups on it. Just for my specs, just the way I like it. Because I'm going to keep it and play it, you know. And of course, when right out of the box, you're going to have to set up your Floyd Rose, license under Floyd Rose, set it up, no big deal. The neck is nice and straight on. I had it adjusted a little bit. The neck was slightly off, and I went ahead and straightened it out. Nothing major. But I think they do pretty good. I've actually, know people that own these guitars. They've been around for a while. I'm not sure whether, I'm sure they're from China, whatever, but there's people that sell them on eBay and Amazon and all over the internet. They're easy to find and stuff. But I mean, for what it is, I liked it. And they're not that much. Usually, these things are usually about $200, give or take, and stuff. Let me take this off here so you can see it a little bit better. But let me show you this back again. But it's pretty cool. They just do a spray called Crackle, which is kind of cool. But just a regular Strat. And the pickups are not the greatest, but you can't, if I paid $300 for it, and the pickups were junk, I'd be a little bit disappointed. But if you pay around, $150, $200 or whatever for these things, you can't expect too much as far as pickups. But the guitar itself is a nice, sturdy guitar. I mean, you might grab the guitar and say, "Oh, the neck's perfect, cool." You might pick up the guitar and say, "Oh, it sounds great," and be done with it. Me personally, I just would like to have a little bit better pickups in it, and I'm going to shave the neck a little bit, and I think it'd be perfect to go. But I have no problems with Cozart. I think they're pretty cool. For the price, it's really nice because when you're in this budget range, you're looking at Squier budget, which, don't get me wrong, I'm actually a Squier fan. I think Squiers for the price are excellent guitars, But the only thing, I don't really get into the whole ash body stuff. They're just so heavy, but this has got a solid ash body on it and stuff, But if you wanted to, being that it's got a pick guard on it, if you wanted to, you're not someone that's into soldering and stuff, because I love to solder guitars, soldering, I love that part. But if you're not someone that knows how to do that, just get yourself a loaded pick guard. They're not even that much anymore for some of them. And just take your old pick guard out, and then you put the new one in. All you got to do is set up the output, the positive, negative for output, and then the ground, and you just drop it right in and bolt it right on if you wanted to. That's the nice thing about having a guitar that's got a pick guard on it. But that's my review of the Cozart. I don't even know what it is. This is the Strat. I don't think there's a model name that I could find. But they are, for what they are, they're pretty cool. But like I said, they're a lower end budget guitar, and you got to buy these things expecting to maybe do some adjustments, some modifications and stuff. And in my opinion, I think the pickups could be a little heavier, so I'm gonna get a little bit heavier pickups and shave the neck, and I'm good to go. But it's a cool guitar. It stays in tune. I set the bridge floating. When I got it, it wasn't floating, and that's to be expected. So I floated the bridge. It hasn't come out of tune at all. So it's pretty cool for, if you want to get a cool budget guitar, you like the Crackle stuff, and things like that, maybe check it out. But I think they're pretty cool for what they are. But that's my review of the Cozart Strat Crackle, I guess you would say. See you later.